Hello, I'm Lara Kocherson and this is Newsfeed, your dose of what people are talking about online. As Muslims around the world mark Eid al-Adha, Israel continues its military assault on Gaza, where more than 2 million Palestinians face starvation and relentless attacks. In a bid to end the conflict, Hamas is seeking changes to a US-backed ceasefire proposal and is ready to enter new truce negotiations. Amid this turmoil, the controversial Gaza Humanitarian Foundation keeps halting aid distribution. What has been handed out so far is far from sufficient for the many starving Gazans. And it's dangerous. Over 100 Palestinians seeking aid have been killed by Israeli gunfire. Despite Israel's effort to block humanitarian aid reaching Gaza, a flotilla departed from Italy on the 1st of June. The Madeleine ship was launched by the international non-profit Freedom Flotilla Coalition. The ship is named after Gaza's first fisherwoman and has 12 crew members, including activist Greta Thunberg and a French member of the European Parliament. This isn't the group's first time trying to deliver aid. A previous ship was attacked by a drone near Malta in early May. As United Nations experts are calling for the protection of the Madeleine, an Israeli drone operated by Greece's Coast Guard hovered above the ship for 3 nights while it was sailing in international waters. Meanwhile, the Jerusalem Post, citing an unnamed senior Israeli defense source, reports that Israel will not permit the ship's passage.
There is another drone approaching us right now. It's flying above our heads.
We cannot afford to give up. There is simply too much at stake. And in times of injustice, as we are seeing now, the genocide and blockade happening, we have to do everything we can to demand an end to these atrocities and war crimes committed by Israel. And for me personally, I happen to have a platform for some reason, and then it is my moral obligation to use that platform. And if my presence on this boat can make a difference, if that can show in any way that the world has not forgotten about Palestine, and to try once again to attempt to break the siege and open up the humanitarian corridor and deliver the extremely needed humanitarian aid, then that is a risk I'm willing to take.
Yet again, the US went against the other 14 members of the UN Security Council and blocked a resolution calling for an unconditional Gaza ceasefire. The move came as former State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller admitted the US could have done more to prevent deaths in Gaza. Miller also said, without doubt, Israel has committed war crimes in Gaza. Palestine supporters say this reaction is too little, too late.
Do you think what's going on in Gaza now is a genocide?
I don't think it's a genocide, but I think I think it is without a doubt true that Israel has committed war crimes.
You wouldn't have said that at the podium.
Yeah, look, because when you're at the podium, you're not expressing your personal opinion. You're expressing the conclusions of the United States government. The United States government had not concluded that they've committed war crimes, still have not concluded that.
But your personal view is they have.
And
they were while you were there.
But yes.
The bromance between the world's richest man and the most powerful leader in the world is now over. It's an ugly breakup with Elon Musk and US President Donald Trump trading insults. The feud started when Musk labeled Trump's big beautiful mega bill aimed at cutting government spending as a disgusting abomination, and he urged Congress to kill the bill. This comes just days after the Tesla billionaire and Trump's former right-hand man received a royal send-off and even a gold key as a gift from the White House. While Trump initially appeared blindsided, he quickly lashed back and even called for Musk's US citizenship to be revoked.
Trump didn't respond too much at the start, but eventually he clapped back. He said he doesn't know what is going on with Elon. Maybe he's got the Trump derangement syndrome because no one knew more about this bill than Elon did, and now he's suddenly become hostile. Elon tweeted back saying that this was false, that this bill was never shown to him once, and that it passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. Trump then said Elon's just mad because this bill would cut the EV mandate, which makes Tesla billions and billions, and that the easiest way for the government to save money would be to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. And then he ended it with this: I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Yeah, it's getting serious at this point. Elon then goes a step further and said that Trump is ungrateful and that he would have lost the election if it wasn't for him. And then freaking teased the idea of creating his own political party, I'm assuming to rival Trump, one that actually represents the 80% in the middle. He then tweeted again saying, oh, and some food for thought, Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years. Trump then took to Truth Social and said that he fired Elon. He asked him to leave because he was wearing thin and then he just went crazy. Elon replied to that saying that it was an obvious lie. What Avengers are even assembling? Then shit almost went too far because Elon said time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. He then replied yes to the question, should Trump be impeached and JD Vance take his place? There has never been a more accurate time for this meme. Tesla stock is in freefall, the internet is losing their minds, the Democrats are popping champagne.
The former First Buddies are both robust social media users, and their real-time war of words are capturing the attention of people online. And in true social media style, memes and jokes were quickly flooding the space.
Enough! Stop fighting, bad boys. You two need to learn to share.
Jokes aside, the public fallout between two of the world's most powerful men could have real consequences in Washington and beyond. Trump has the power of the state behind him and could target Musk's government contracts. On the other hand, Musk has deep pockets and could use his money to back Republicans who oppose Trump. One thing's clear, the feud is far from over and it could get even messier. A Pakistani teenager with more than 1 million followers on TikTok and Insta was killed last week for allegedly rejecting an admirer's offer of friendship and his requests to meet. The 17-year-old influencer Sana Yusf was shot twice in the chest after a man broke into her home in Islamabad.
Police identified and arrested the suspect, Umar Hayat, also known as Kaka, within 20 hours. Hayat, himself a TikToker, confessed to the murder. He visited Sana's residence where a conversation took place before he shot her twice, killing her on the spot. At the time of the incident, Sana was home with her aunt. Her younger brother was away in Chitral and her parents were not present during the crime. Her mother has filed a murder case under Section 302 of Pakistan's Penal Code. Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi praised Islamabad police for the swift action, confirming that the murder weapon and Sana's iPhone were recovered from the accused. Sana's murder is the third killing of a female TikToker in Pakistan in just 5 months, underscoring growing concerns over the safety of social media influencers in the country.
Sana was killed a day after she celebrated her birthday. The students' videos about her daily life and struggles were exceptionally popular. Since the shooting, Sana's TikTok account has gained hundreds of thousands of new followers and now stands at more than 1 million. Her death has amplified calls for more protection for female content creators.
Instead of questioning why she was killed, because in Pakistan, unfortunately, that is hand in hand with the assertion that she must have somewhere along the line deserved it. She must have done something to justify the perpetrator. This is a narrative and a rhetoric that we need to change in our culture. Men thinking that they have a right to be judge and jury needs to be challenged. She is a girl that deserved to live her life. At 17, she was cut short. Safety and respect needs to be given to women that they deserve, and nobody should be able to find themselves in a position of power.
When it comes to guitars in movies, probably no guitar is more iconic or more influential than the cherry red Gibson ES-345. It was used by the character Marty McFly in the film Back to the Future to play Johnny B. Good at a 1950s prom. That scene has been cited by countless artists as the moment they knew they wanted to play guitar. It rocked the past and saved the future, but there's a problem. The guitar has been missing since 1985 and no one knows where it is. And 4 decades after the film became a sci-fi classic, the guitar's creator, Gibson, is launching a real-life, time-travel-style manhunt to find it. As Back to the Future marks its 40th anniversary, Gibson is asking fans around the world to help locate the missing guitar.
You may know me as Marty McFly.
Leah Thompson here. I played Lorraine McFly in Back to the Future.
There's something very important that all of us are involved with.
We need your help.
We are on the lookout for a missing guitar.
We're trying to find the guitar I played in Back to the Future.
No one's seen that guitar since 1985, and we need to find it.
Somehow, it's vanished.
Erased from existence.
It's somewhere lost in the space-time continuum, or it's in some teamster's garage.
This guitar has been lost to the future.
We're kind of hoping you can help us find it.
Ask your friends, ask your relatives, ask your bandmates.
If you know where it is, if you know who has it, call us, text us.
You can go to losttothefuture.com or call this 800 number below. We need your help.
We'll make a hero out of you.
We will all be so grateful.
You heard of a bull in a china shop. How about an elephant in a grocery store? Well, that's what happened when an elephant named Plai Biang Leg wandered out of Khao Yai National Park in Thailand and straight to a nearby corner store. Known for his jumbo appetite, Plai Biang Leg has already targeted nearby homes to raid their pantries. But the elephant took things up a notch this time, walking nearly a kilometer to reach the shop. Once inside, he helped himself to 9 bags of sweet rice crackers, a sandwich, and some bananas before the shopkeepers gently guided him back to the national park. And that's our show. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.